Is this good? This is a couple days later. Pyramids that I tried to show you before are in that direction. One day I'll be able to film there, and even the content that's not related at all to ancient Egypt, like this. And I want to make a lot of content. Some of them will be about ancient Egypt, because the main thing I want to do that's related to it is I want to revive the language. That whole thing is not supposed to be just ancient and extinct, because it didn't evolve naturally. It was stolen and erased. That's not right. There's more to this, but I want to keep talking about Wawa, because there's a lot that I didn't say yet. How do I say this? Usually I speak better when I'm not on camera, which is ironic, I guess. I don't know. I was talking about things in game that I would sacrifice if I were just able to experience the combat again, and you have no idea, man. The combat in this game is incredible. They did a lot of things right. The events, I love the events too. I love the story. I do care about the story as well, and I did that a lot even with other games, like older games when I was little. That's, by the way, one of the things that helped me learn English. Stories in games. I wanted to understand the story, not just play the game. So, anyway, but with Wawa, as I said, if I could sacrifice all the other elements around the combat system and just, you know, hunt monsters and collect echoes, because the ecosystem, man, the ecosystem is awesome too. But I mainly just I want to be able to experience the whole thing, and hopefully someday I'll be able to. But to be honest, I'm a little worried and afraid that by the time I'm able to play this game and the others, it will be too late. The story will be over. It will be like many years from now, like 5 or 6 years from now, like 6 or 7 years from. Oh man. And I will not be able to install the game and play it. It will, like, everything will have ended, so they will end service and it will be over. I miss WoW. I keep saying that, but it's true. I miss it every day. I believe you guys nailed the animations in this game, and I appreciated every single little move, every single little detail and little animation that you made, even when it was very laggy and blurry, as I said before. And I played on the lowest graphics settings. I'm using a Samsung phone, right? Samsung A12, and it has this game booster where you can even lower the graphics fidelity much lower than what the in-game settings allow. So I used that to lower the game quality even more, which enabled me to still play it. What I could see was very limited, and I still appreciated it. I appreciated those details. I appreciated the hell out of them. The combos, how fast those characters land their hits. How Carlotta jumps, just leaps over the enemy. And I love those details. The details you put in Xiang Liao's plunge, when his empowered plunge after his empowered skill is not just like after his empowered skill is triggered. I love the different combos of each character and the intricacies, I guess, because each one of them has their own combos and combat mechanics. They are different, they're unique. The way Carlotta's empowered heavy attack makes this mirror effect on the screen and it shatters it. And I enjoyed every one of those animations every single time. I never got tired of them. I never get bored of them. I enjoyed them every time, and I looked forward to the next one right after the first one ends. Like, I heavy attack on Carlotta and the screen like does this shattering mirror effect once, and then I ult afterwards. I think that's how you do it. That's how you empower her ult, or that's where you best do it. I remember the combo very well, but it's muscle memory at this point, so I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I would still be playing correctly. But I didn't really chase after playing optimally anyway, but I still could land the way her empowered ult works and her empowered heavy works. Usually Xiang Liao's empowered normal attack after his ability, that was a bit more difficult to land. But with Carlotta, for some she was easier to land her combos. If you keep button mashing, of course, to get through the lag. Victory favors me. I miss that, man. Oh my god. And I know her weapon changes, how it looks. It changes when after you press ult. I think because I could never actually see that. But I'd still take it right now if I could. I'd still take the blurriness and the lag if I could. So hopefully soon you guys will optimize the game enough to enable this poor little Egyptian dude in nowhere really to play your game again. And the third character in my team, as I said before, was Shorekeeper. And I especially loved her empowered plunge after she, her forte, I believe, was when her forte ability is ready or it's full, you can, usually what I did was I jump, because you can do one of two things. You can heavy attack, which triggers this black hole ability, hologram, or you can jump and plunge, and she turns, I believe, she does this elegant plunge in the air. Oh yeah, when you press heavy attack, she does this, she says no, that's in her ult. Oh my god, man. There's a lot going on with these characters. It's beautiful. You could jump and plunge and press attack in midair, and she triggers the empowered ability, but she turns into a butterfly and goes and plunges at a specific enemy. This was also very lag friendly for me, because sometimes she would spin my camera around and plunge on the nearest enemy, so makes it easier for me to fight those enemies. And switching to Xiang Liao or something if his empowered ability wasn't ready yet. Her ult, her ultimate ability has this other unique feature in it, where if you ult on Shorekeeper, and then you use the forte abilities and ults and everything else on the other characters, and then you trigger her intro, what was it called? Resonance ability or something like that, I don't remember. But anyway, when you trigger her intro ability within a specific window, I don't remember what the window was, by the way, but the window of her ult, before her ult ends, because her ult creates this field that heals and buffs your team. If you switch into her again, triggering her resonance intro, or whatever kind of intro it's called, I don't remember. But anyway, when you trigger it, I don't remember what she does, but I remember the animation. She ends her ult early, and I think stores some energy from it, and and she does this, I think she says ordained or something. The screen folds and turns into a butterfly or something at her hand, something like that. But anyway, again, these details is something that I couldn't see fully, which is a factor to why I don't remember everything. But another factor is, of course, it's been a while since I played, and I see someone like Ziox play the game, which sadly he doesn't play a lot, and I couldn't find another creator that plays the game a lot like that, especially the way I want to play it. Usually there's just story content or something like that, but I wish there was some kind of creator who does the thing that I wanna create. You know, the type of content where I roam the overworld hunting monsters. Yeah, so I wish there was someone like that for me to watch every now and then. Sadly, I will still not be able to always watch. First, because I have limited internet, but also because, as I said before, it makes me ache. I can't play the freaking game. And I keep seeing all these new characters that they release. I haven't seen all of them, still because of the aching factor, but I saw some, and I so wanted to play with those characters too and create my own unoptimal teams, because I usually just find characters that I resonate with and I put those in my team. Characters that I like Xiang Liao and Carlotta and Carithia and Shorekeeper. Every character in this game has something to give. Even the simplest characters, like Yap, which who's not even that simple, really. I mean, she is, and simplicity is beautiful. Anyway, all of these characters has something to give, and if I could now, not talking about what I would sacrifice to only play with limited characters, to have an unlimited experience. Now let's talk about that future that I one day hopefully I will get to, where I move to a better place, different village from where I live now. I live in a simple, humble little house that I built with my own hands with stones and some baked mud bricks like my ancestors, like how my ancestors used to build. And I would have a good PC and phone to play these games on and create content and stream and create my own teams. And I'm also thinking of the potentially I would create Arabic guides. Now, those guides will be following the meta just to help the Arabic side of the gaming community to play the game, because I believe there's a lot of people who have the potential to like these games and play them, but there is a language barrier, so I want it to be like the bridge there. And I wanted to work, I want to work on restoring the ancient Egyptian language, as I said, and many other things. I want to make my own games. I have so many ideas, and I'm working on it now, even with the limited. But man, I downloaded Godot or Godot or whatever that app is called, and it didn't work on my PC. I think that's the best one, that would work on low-end PCs to be able to develop a game, a 2D game on, but it didn't work. My PC is too much of a potato to even handle that. But I'm still trying to figure that out. Anyway, if I now had the ability to play the game as it actually is, not just, laggy and stuff, and without all those sacrifices that I mentioned, I would create so many different teams and play with so many different characters, not just in end game, try to build them as fast as you could. So you put them in end game and you finish the end game and you collect the astrites and you move on. No. First of all, I don't really care, as I said before, about time gated stuff. I also really dislike FOMO elements, especially where sadly I usually miss out on them because of how very powerful my devices are. But there is so many characters, like again, Carithia, that I want to create themes around her and play with those characters and use their different combos and appreciate every little animation and play a lot with those characters and just again go around hunting. And I love that. I would do that. I also wanna draw again. I used to draw when I was little. I drew something recently, but I don't do that consistently and a lot. Most things that I have the potential to be good at, I'm not consistent and doing them. Sadly, that's my problem. But I want to draw some ancient Egyptian style drawings for these characters. One, I'll be practicing my drawing abilities, and two, I'll be appreciating a game that I really love. I believe you created something awesome there, man. The resonance system, the whole terminology around this is perfect as well. Like resonance, music, and that kind of thing also resonates with someone like me because I'm trying to reclaim my ancient Egyptian heritage. So I try to meditate and stuff. I kind of relate to some other things in that regard. But it also fits in this game so perfectly. Resonance abilities, forte, resonance liberation. There is just it's awesome. I want to be able to experience that again, man. As I said, I don't think Wawa Kuro is gonna see this. I don't think anyone is gonna see this actually. But I hope they optimize the game, and I hope they do that soon. And I hope I'm able to return to playing this game soon again, which will actually encourage me to create content about it like more, because I believe there's a lot more that I want to talk about. But another one of my ideas that I want to one day be able to do is I want to cosplay some of these characters that I love so much, and I want to recreate their moves myself. Like I want to practice their moves and actually do them. Of course, there are moves that are impossible to pull off, but removing the impossible elements, there are things that you can do, that you can actually do in real life. So I want to practice their moves, and then I want to make I want to cosplay as them, and then I want to recreate the whole thing on camera, and then maybe use like the game assets, because I want to do something like this even in this video. As I was a couple days ago when I was filming the other part, and I was like, I did Xiang Liao, you press his empowered ability and he goes in midair and then he slams the ground. I wanted to actually do that here in this field on camera. I wanted to jump, slam the ground. It would look silly, but I also wanted to be able to use the game assets with Kuro's permission. I would jump and then I would disappear from camera, and his ability lightning and the lightning of his ability would show up on screen, and I would even make the sky purple a little bit, and that's a lot of editing. But first, I don't know how to get permission to use their assets, and so I don't know how to get their permission, I don't know how to use their assets, and I'm not that good at editing, but I can do whatever I want when I set my mind to it. But right now, I'm not saying impossible, but that's very, very difficult for me to do, even if I could learn it, because of how weak my potato is, my PC is. But anyway, I'm hopeful and optimistic. One day in the future, inshallah, I'll be able to do that. I will be able to practice those characters' moves, even the backflip that Carlotta does. I would practice, and when I finally am able, and I would film all of that process. I would master those moves, Xiang Liao's combos with his, like some of his, because it's all martial arts moves. They can be learned. And then I would do the cosplay of the character, even freaking Carlotta. Yeah, maybe make it a little more masculine to fit me, because who wants to look at me wearing Carithea's outfit? I might do that, but I don't know, like I don't care. But anyway, I would cosplay as the character, and then I would, as I said, recreate the abilities. I would remake those moves on camera, and then I would use the game's assets to recreate the abilities and stuff. Like I have a lot of ideas. Like I'm not even sure how to completely describe the idea, but generally, there's so much that I love about this game, and so many content that I want to do about it. But I also there's a lot of ibises flying by. It's beautiful, man. But as I said, one of my fears is that it would be too late by the time I'm actually able to do all of that. And I'm optimistic. Maybe there will be other games. There is other games now that are good, I believe. But I love this one. I want to be able to play this one. I want to be able to create content about this one. And I want to do that now. I think the drawing thing that I just mentioned, I'll be able to start doing that now, so I will work on that. And hopefully I don't keep on procrastinating as I usually do and actually get it done. Anyway,